it's 50-50 up or down. Wait
I'm
for it to break
yeah, I'm
if
waiting
that's
for it
what
to
you say.
break. Yeah, I'm waiting for it to break.
And take your position
and,
whichever which way.
and take my
And then the
position.
other thing too is, um, so I do trade higher time frames as well, and my strategy is a little bit different. I do look. I I placed 1 8 to 618 bibs on higher time frames. I swing from 618 to 618, and the 618 as well as the 0.66 fib level is
Right. Yeah.
my magnet pocket. And so I'm gonna drop a screenshot of my thing in the comment and show you that you probably shouldn't even panic on this triangle
Oh,
that you're breaking
I'm not
up.
emotional, but I'm not emotional as much as I'm like familiar. Like I'm just trying to, you know, me making my next trade is always going to be I'm trying to get so what I'm learning right now. So the reason why I'm a little bit more you have a little bit more energy, I'll say, not like I'm not worried, but I have energy is because I'm trying to lock in as many positive trades in succession as possible. So like I'm currently actually trying to trade more. Like, trying to get more experience cuz like I normally just trade once every 30 to 90 days or 30 to 70 days. I'm super comfortable in that pattern and it works out well for me. But I only trade 3 or 4 times. So it doesn't really give me the experience I need to really like step it up. Like, as I'm, trying to build a curriculum and as I'm trying to teach more, I'm realizing I have to get like 50 good trades in. I have to do that like this month. I have to start really figuring out different time frames, different everything. I need to like take whatever I learned before and either add to it or destroy it. Like so like right now I'm in a really big it's like a war. I'm in a war of information. I know what I know. I know what's been working, but now I have to add to my like I'm taking the step of not being an amateur no more. Like I really want to this year have enough money made in profit where I could say that this was a valid part-time income without having to go to a 9 to 5. Like just focusing on trading. So I'm not worried and I'm being cautious, but I'm trying to stack these wins up. Like I want 50 wins. I want it now. But I know that I can't force it. So I'm cautious and I'm looking and I'm analyzing on the day by day chart and I'm just trying to add that to like a grander scheme.
I can respect that. And also, yeah, don't quit your day job.
I don't have a day
To try.
job. I
Yeah,
should, but I don't. No, I don't
I,
because
I
uh
hate
I
the
have kids.
narrative during 2020. People telling folks to leave fucking stable jobs to go trade.
No, you need it because you know what happens if you don't have a job. You don't have no gas in the tank. You
That's
can't.
what I mean. How the fuck you even gonna have money to trade with? The shit was just stupid all the way around.
Right,
But
like
no,
you need the job to get the money. Like McDonald's, I could if I worked McDonald's. Let's say that I took the McDonald's job. I wouldn't make that McDonald's job look like a Fortune 500 middle management position. That's what I could do with that money if I'm trading it. Like if you give me that to trade with, I'm gonna do 20 or 200 to 300% on it. Like I'm gonna out earn the manager. The only other person that in McDonald's company that can out earn me is gonna be the person who owns that motherfucker. Like what? Like I could trade. That's hilarious. But I'm looking at your chart. That's dope.
I pretty confidence.
Yeah.
I
The only way I'm getting more confident is because I'm landing more trades. Like I'm building my confidence with wins. I'm building my confidence with information. I'm building it with practice. Like I want to be practiced at trading. I don't want to just be like, yeah, I trade, but I'm not practiced. I want to be able to be like Steph Curry's dad when he randomly gets a basketball around the 3-point line and sinks it. Like I want to have it. I want to have trading like that where it's once the ball's in my hand, I take 2 seconds to assess the situation and I swish it every time. But like the only way you could get to that level of confidence is by shooting the ball and making it, or by shooting the ball a lot. But like the way that I'm shooting the ball without losing money is I'm just paper trading it. I'll paper trade my trades and treat them like I put all my money on the line. Like what if I paper traded this and I'm writing down my trades? I'm making sure that I write down my trades. I'm making sure that even if the win is not physical money, that I'm catching those dubs back to back to back to back. And if I catch a loss, I do not just be like, oh, I lost some money. I don't know why. I go back and I look at every aspect of why that loss could occur. Was I not factoring the 10%? Was I not factoring in the downtrend? Was I looking at the 200 MA? Was I looking at the 50? Was I looking at the 9? Was I just being ignorant of what was happening globally? Did I use the MACD? Do I need to adjust my MACD? Do I need to look at the RSI? Do I need to be looking if the RSI is what is it correlating or not correlating? Like, is it going with the price or is it going against the price? Like, I need to know what factored into this trade. So that's the reason why I've been looking at the 5-minute chart. So the 5-minute chart's been getting me to like actually look at just everything, and it tests you faster. Like I was doing a bunch of 5-minute paper trades and I was like, oh, okay, cool. I get to test myself more because 5-minute trades only last 5 minutes. So in one day, you could cross the 200 3 times. In one day, you could hit the 1000 MA, which is normally never crossed unless you're in bull or bear market. And the 1 day time frame gets crossed twice a day in the 5-day time or the 5-minute time frame. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, I really need to work on that. That's what I need to be working on, even if I don't. So I did 3 or 4 5-minute trades using the 5-minute, and they were all dubs. I feel like happenstance. They were kind of dubs and happenstance, but I was looking at them and I was looking at the pattern of the 5-minute chart, which is drastically different from the pattern of the 1-day chart. So all I'm trying to do, and then I'm also migrating into other coins, which I normally try to stay away from. But for me to test my theory, for me to be good at trading ETH, I should be able to be good at trading Matic. I should be good at trading ADA. I should be good at trading, and this is the one I'm scared of doing, is that new Cypher one that's going up 70, 80% in a day. Like, I'm really scared about that because it looks like a pump and dump. It looks clearly like a pump and dump, and I see that there's a profit potential, and I know to stay away from it. But if my strategy works, it should work on that too. But I'm just gonna have to be like, do it on a $50 trade or a $100 trade versus like a 10K trade. Say that. I use Coinbase right now. That's what I've been using. Yeah, for trading. Yeah, because they have this thing called Coinbase One, and for $30 you could get no fees. So like I've been using that just because the no fee structure.
I ain't gonna cuss in your space, but they some.
I already know.
Look, I used to fuck with Coinbase when they had GDAX, and that was the traders portal. Then they changed it to Coinbase Pro.
That was bad.
They took that shit away.
Right? Yeah, that was bad.
So like, fuck all that.
Right? All right, so I'm gonna be doing a session inside of Gangster All Stars. This is an NFT project, but in their public, I'm doing a TA session over there. That's where I'm gonna be migrating to. I just started this early because I was here early. But I've been to some of your sessions before, and I've been watching you stream it and trade, and I do respect what you got going on. So No, two thumbs up for that.
I don't know shit really. I just make money. So I try to learn from everybody and see what they do as a strategy. Because I know there's multiple ways to fucking. There's different schools of traders. Let's put it like that.
Yeah.
That
Mm-hmm.
be different things, whoop de whoop. But at the end of the day, what I've realized, because I've kind of like try to learn all of those schools, it to be a scalper, fucking, try to use all the indicators and
Mm-hmm.
try to do all the different type of strategies. And I just had to settle on what works for me, my lifestyle, and what was most profitable for how I broke it down. And at the end of the day, being a swing trader is lovely.
Yep. I'm learning that. I'm learning that.
Like, when I first got into this space, there was a guy like on YouTube when I was learning and shit like that. I mean, I'm still learning. Don't never stop. You feel me? But he was talking about this 618 to 618 strategy and how it was a whole magnet, and that's how he only trades, and he takes about 2 to 3 trades. And it's way more money with way less effort than if he was taking 300 trades. Now, of course, like, again, for different people, different tastes, whatever, it all works. But for me and my lifestyle and shit that I gotta do, I appreciated that I went through all those schools of thoughts because I understand how they see the market, so it helps me with my overall strategy.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the once I started realizing that majority of where the liquidity sits on these time frames were these magnets on the fib levels. Then I started to be like, okay, well, I'll just wait till price come back down or go up to this area, and I'll either
Mm-hmm.
take a long or short, and then my target will be 618 level. Or if it pumped past the 618 level, raise and find some of it, then that's one level, the extension, and especially for Bitcoin, because that's primarily what I trade. I trade a little bit of ETH too, and they kind of move. They do move similarly.
Yeah, yeah.
Obviously, like
I mean,
one
market
trends
cap
out a little
wise,
more.
they line up.
What happened?
With market cap, they line up. So like things with similar market caps trade similarly. Like the stock
Yeah.
market looked exactly like the crypto market when it was at the same market cap, which is crazy. Like if you could go back and they showed the trades were just as wild as it was before.
Uh, I've realized that a long time ago that Bitcoin and Ethereum was just like one cycle behind one another.
Yep. Right. Yep.
And
Yeah. Yep. They were.
so going
Yeah.
through to see ETH at 20K in next bull cycle.
Right? Everyone's gonna
But
be like, I can't believe it. I'm like, I can believe it. Shit, I'm trying to buy my house with that money. Why do you think I'm here trading for? Because I know where it's going. I better get real good. That's
well,
crazy.
I hope for me it's deeper than just trading. I'm executing a full fledged strategy here to fucking make sure that happens because let's be frank, like especially at the time of anything happens, fucking flush the market. But I mean, honestly, you tend to see it happen on the charts before news and everything breaks out to people.
I
But
I
nonetheless,
swear. I swear it does. And nobody this is what's been putting me in more W's was learning how to TA. Cause before that, waiting for the news is stressful and inaccurate. Like it,
y'all are the news is just there to bring in the exit liquidity. That's what happens in this space overall too. Like in the bear market is when you're supposed to take your positions, find your stuff. Like you see all of these projects once they eventually get to their bottoms and consolidate. That's when majority of the investors are just going in. Uh, when pretty much they're ready, the news start to come out and things start to turn around and everybody new coming in, throwing in money becomes exit liquidity to the folks that were here early.
Exactly. All right. Well, I'm gonna be doing another one of these spaces. Let me know. Like, invite me. I want to jump on one of your spaces, and we should do this again. Like, I definitely want to bring some real TA or real like sense to all this nonsense on fucking Twitter. All right. But I gotta go. It was nice seeing you here. I'll be back eventually. But like this, DM me, let me know when you're going live so I could study some more with you and I could bring some more to the table.
Yeah, gotcha.
All right. All right, guys. Sorry about that. What the hell? I'm here. I'm already recording though. So this is gonna be a long one. Good afternoon, everybody. I did bring a beer for this session. So yeah, let's TA it up. Okay, so one thing that I wanted to bring to the table, sorry about the thing, but I was here at 3:30, so I came early. So check this out. The 1% risk rule. That's what I want to talk about. I'm not muted. I'm not muted. That's great. I'm not muted. I'm glad that the conversation went the way it did because I want to introduce other traders that know what the fuck they're talking about and are making money in this space. Like I really, really, really want to do that. So the 1% risk strategy, which I got hit with that fucking blew my brain apart, was what people are doing to like limit their exposure and protecting their principal is they never risk 1% of their investment, of their global investment. So like if you have $100,000, you never risk more than $1,000 on your trade. You find whatever your stop loss is going to be or whatever your asset is going under to, and whatever you feel comfortable, you set that at 1%. So like if you have a $100,000 trade going and it drops to 99,000, then you're out the trade. No matter what. And this strategy, this 1% strategy is made so that you get stopped out, and it builds a discipline of getting stopped out of bad trades. It just makes it so that you have to do it better the second time. It makes you leave your trade quicker. It's made for day traders, so it's a little bit more aggressive, but it prevents you from getting wiped 100%. It limits your exposure to the market. It does a lot, but you don't necessarily need to put all your money in to get this strategy to be useful. You could be at a $500 trade and be willing to lose, $200 from that trade because that's 1% of your full thing. So it says right here, the 1% rule, key takeaways. The 1% rule of the day traders limits are the risk on anything given to that trade no more than 1% of the trader's total account value. Traders can risk 1% of their account by trading either large portions with tight stop losses or small positions with small stop losses placed far away from their entry price. Profits are given to these trades should be at least 1 to 5% or 2%. This is a rule of thumb. Some traders risk slightly more, while other traders with larger accounts may risk less than 1%. So like they say for you to get stopped out, like to get actually wiped, it would take you 100 trades. It just really just limits to the trading in general, what's happening. So I love that part of the 1% rule. And it absolutely just blew my fucking head open when I saw it. I was like, oh my God, that is like a canal scenario where you can, bring your money in, only risk a little bit at a time, and build a discipline where you can now start adding more or taking less depending on your risk level. This is generally a risk strategy. And it's just one of those risk strategies that you almost can't lose. You start losing too much, you're doing something wrong. You win, you have more to work with. So I love that. King Los is here. Dilla the Gorilla, Cryptovius. I'm already warmed up. I've been actually super warmed up because I've been focusing on what we're gonna be doing this whole week. I've been really trying to make sure that I got it. I almost figured out how to do this OBS thing. We're in my basement. You see my basement? So my basement's all messed up because it's my basement and it's kind of my thing. And nobody's here to stop me. Nobody can tell me what to do.
Oh, to me, it says you have unstable connection, so I can't see anything, brother.
Oh, for real? That sucks. But can you?
Let me double.
But you can hear me.
I can hear you. You were cut out for quite a bit for me.
Oh, for real?
Really,
I'm shutting off my camera then. I need to limit my upload connection. Can you see my screen? See, I'm not seeing you. I feel like I got a strong connection. Where am I on? Stan's Wi-Fi. Yeah, I'm on my main Wi-Fi. I'm not seeing your live, but I'm up and I got the chart up, and I'm recording. Cryptovius is typing. Okay. All right. Cool. So they could see you. I'm just my connection's kind of iffed. Let me ask Cryptovius he can see me. Can you hear me? Okay, cool. All right, cool. So I was kind of explaining this before, but to break it down, and when I'm on a Twitter space, I'm gonna have to I have to speed up. I have to immediately speed up to the level of the person I'm talking to. So if they're advanced, I'm gonna have to start talking at their level. That is just one thing I have to do just to make sure that I can, we're sharpening blades at that point. Okay, so we've been in this rectangular box. We talked about it when we established it, and we haven't really moved out of it. Then as I was doing more research, they talked about multiple indicators or multiple formations happening at the same time. So you could be in a rectangle and have an ascending and descending triangle. This is okay. I didn't understand that, especially with these longer time frame boxes. I didn't understand that there's other things that are going into play. So with that said, I see an ascending triangle. The reason why I say that I could even establish it is because at the bottom of the last sell-off, we established a base. These 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines from February 10th till February 14th. that was our base for the next formation. And then when we crossed the 9MA and we rejected off the 1750, that was the mouth of this formation. And then we going lower and lower, lower. And then from this aspect, we have a low and then we have a higher low. So we're not yet in a fully formed formation, but we are in it. I'm waiting for a breakout. I'm waiting for it to be north or south. I don't know how that's going to occur. Like this one isn't one of those. I don't feel comfortable putting more money into my trade. So my trade here on February 24th, I put a trade in and we crossed the 9MA. There wasn't a lot of profit in it. There was profit in it. I just didn't think there was. I was like, I don't want to take $50. Now I'm changing my tune when it comes to taking lower portions of money because I want to get more trades in. A $50 positive trade is $50 in the positive. And I have to be more, how do I say this? I have to be trying to build my principal up no matter what. I'm not making $50 and putting it into this account. The way that I add $50 to my account is by trading. So that is going to be my part-time job. That is going to be what I'm going to do. So whether it's a 1-day trade or a 2-day trade or a 3-day trade, if it's positive and I can pull it off and I could build on my techniques or build on my strategy, I'm going to do it. If I do that every day for 10 days, that's, for 20 days, that's $1,000. And that's a noticeable difference to my principal. So I'm going to be trying to add to my principal as much as I possibly can, even with smaller trades. That's a crazy different tune. If you would 3 weeks ago, you wouldn't have heard me say that. Like I wouldn't have said that. Now I'm trying to give you guys more solid advice. I'm trying to get more trades locked in so that we can both benefit from, the learning that we are doing together. We could see things in different ways. And another thing I messed up, and I just realized I messed up, and I had to resync Solana. So when I had Solana before, I was looking at a chart from a exchange that delisted Solana. So Solana was stuck. For me, Solana was stuck down here. Oh no, it was stuck over here or something like that. So I was looking at a wrong chart, which sucks because Solana, being the punching bag of whatever, Solana went up 170% in 23 days. Solana did some shit, some really dope shit. And its full extension, Solana's full extension was 180%. Now, I can't go back in the time and I can't, beat myself up over, making a mistake. I could just learn from my mistakes. Learn from your wins and learn from your losses. That's like the new motto coming up for me right now. Learn from your wins and learn from your losses. There's no, if you are becoming better at if you're building your strategy, if you're doing what's best, if you're going to be using best practices for building your wealth, you're going to have to learn from your wins and learn from your losses. You can't just learn from a win. You can't just learn from a loss. You have to do both. And, being retrospective, this would also mean that we could go into different coins comfortably. Like it was really uncomfortable for me to suggest Solana to you because I wanted to show you one of the more stable coins of crypto, Ethereum and Bitcoin. Those are the two ones that I'm like, look, if we can focus on that, I won't be sending them down. They won't get rugged and they won't get rabbit holed into some bullshit. But there is profit to be made in these other coins, and how I'm seeing myself to enter these trades with these other coins is with our profit. So not your principal, but with your profit. Like, I'm changing my tune on that. I'm still going to be like, put your main amount of profit or put your principles into like a Bitcoin or Ethereum. But as soon as you get your profit, as soon as you can extract profit from there, then that's when, like, there's my first canal gate of going to another coin. So I just wanted to make sure that it's a little bit more, I'm trying to be as ethical as possible and moral as possible, but I don't want you to also lose high potential for profit because we didn't talk about other coins. So when these other coins come up and you want to talk about some other coins, we will talk about them, but we will also departmentalize. Your principal does not go into Dogecoin. Your principal does not go into Shiba Inu. We never play with our principal. We can leave that alone. But with our profit, with our profit, the profit of your profit, you could stick into a wallet drainer if you want to. So that's like if we're gonna look at it, there'd be I'm just gonna put it. You have three canals. 3 canals. Why is it tooth? Is this all tooth? I don't want this to be teeth. I want it to be like this. Okay, so that's weird. We'll just look at this. This is not the greatest example, but it's what it is. So you have a river, and this should be your principal ocean. Your ocean's your principal. Then you have the canal, and then you have another pool. Your riskier plays need to be earned, not just put in. And you can tell I've been looking at robots. I got one, and it's the most amazing thing on the planet Earth. So all those advertisements are spot on. But look, check this out. So right here, you have your ocean. You want to make sure your riskier plays are after you've filtered or you funneled your money to profit. Then when you're making a riskier play, when you're dealing with something that might go to zero or something that just came out, then you're not risking your principal on fucking hoopla or things that just got, this is the new best, biggest thing. Nah. I feel like if I buy a Bored Ape Yacht Club NFT, that it better be 1% of my portfolio before I even jump into it. I'm not going to build generational wealth by investing into an NFT with all my money. That's how you get wrecked. That's how you lose your money. And there's more people losing their money putting it all in on these NFTs that end up being scams. So I don't want to departmentalize my brain to ever go there. I feel like if I own a Bored Ape, no, it's 1% of my fucking wealth. It's not, I'm not putting the house on a chain before I buy a house. I'm buying the house first. I'm buying the car second. Then I'm buying the gold chain with my fucking name on it. In that order. Like, what the fuck? I'm going to own the house. I'm going to own the car. Then I'm going to own the chain. I know I'm using a rap reference from the 1980s, but bear with me. So that's how, if I'm going to teach you, if all my teachings will say, use your riskier play at the end. Like making sure it's the profit of your profit. So you have $1,000, you double it, you put $1,000 in another canal, then you have that $1,000. And if you make $50, $100, $300 with that profit play, then you could do it. You could be as risky as you want because you earned it. You earned it. That's earning while trading. You built your principal into profit, into your profit, into more profit. Now you have a canal to feel riskier with. That's not gonna affect. You can always go back to zero. You can always cash out your money that you put in, but we have to earn it. This is when it takes the time. Now we're punching the punching bag. Now we're I have a reason to what is let me see, Rocky running up the stairs. Oh shit. Okay, we're gonna do this. This is happening. Hell yeah. You didn't think this was gonna happen, did you? You think we're gonna be listening to the Rocky theme song in one of my sessions? But fuck yeah, we are. Hell yeah, this is Philadelphia in 1983. Look at this. This is earning our profit from our profit right here. That's what we're trying to do. Wait. We have to go up the stairs. Fuck this shit. Take it too long. Hell yeah. In the background, I say getting stronger. Hey, wait. Do you have to? Oh, hell no. We have to go back. You already did the stairs. Fuck. Okay, wait. This is what we're doing. This is hilarious. I'm actually ruining this moment. I thought there was way more stairs to this. Look at that pan around. That's fucking hilarious. That is the funniest thing I've ever did in one of our training sessions, period. That fucking, but it encompasses everything in which I'm trying to do. For us to get to this point of putting our fucking hands up in the air and feeling like we can fucking take on these high-risk strategy moves, we have to fucking earn it. We have to fucking condition ourselves. We have to discipline ourselves so that we're not putting in more money than we could risk, and we're not fucking basing generational wealth off of a 3-month trade. We're not fucking doing that. We're willing to, because if we go slower, we're going to end up making more money. We're just going to fucking hit it. We're going to be hitting these higher highs because we have built up a strategy that never fucking puts us at risk, and we're always knowing what we're doing with our money, not our money just going 80% to zero. And we're like, I don't know what that happened. We know exactly what's happening, and we know what we're willing to risk, and we took actual, fucking steps. We built a discipline of steps to not be there. I feel like I'm adulting at this for the first time in my life. Shut up, Stan. For the first time in these sessions, I feel like we're actually adulting. This is probably the most adult thing I've ever fucking said. Is fucking build this discipline so that build slow so that when we're fighting our heavyweight championship bout, when we put that $1 million on the line that we've earned through profit sharing, profit trading and principal trading, and we have that on the line, we're making a play, then we're not going to just get fucking wiped. We know exactly why we put $1 million up. All right. The fucking Rocky thing, I should feel like we should start every session with that. Fucking running up. I honestly thought there was more stairs. like what the fuck? There's I thought there was hundreds of stairs, but it looks like there was like 3 sets of 6. It's really disappointing. All right, cool. So I'm willing to start introducing some more riskier plays, but with a lot lower amount. So I showed you one. I showed you one. But I'm going to still go back to it. Let me go find my favorite thing in the planet Earth. Blockchain? I forget where it's at. Because usually I just put them all out and then I go with that. Yeah, Blockchain Center. This is my favorite thing ever. And the reason why I still like it, and the reason why it hasn't been trumping, it just gives me the information I want quick. I'm not worried about it. All right, cool. So on the 1-day chart, Mana's doing 5%. And 7-day chart, that's 7% down. So there was a swing in Mana, -7. There was a, what is that? 5, 6, that's 12. That's a 12% trade in Mana. Not to say that we're going to hit the whole trade, but just look at it to see what our entry and exit point on this one would have been if we were to see it on the 1-day chart. Are you going to pop up? I have to press enter? I didn't know I have to press enter on this shit. Okay, Mana. I'm on crypto. This thing's being hilarious. So I have to press enter. Why is it being like this? Invalid signal? What the hell? Mana. All right, cool. What the fuck was that? I'm gonna try this again. I hate this chart. I'm gonna use Binance. All right, we have mana. Look at this chart. Okay, so 7 days ago? What was 7 days ago? 7 days that. What do you mean this was down in 7 days? I don't know what it was on, but I do know this. We had a lower low formation. We started building out of it slowly and then exploded up to the 200. Let's see what that was. 165. It's doing Solana numbers. It basically linked right up with Solana. That's mana. We're kind of familiar with mana. So on this one, if we were going to swing it or do the 9-day MA strategy, we would have won. If we would have took profit and saw it explode, we would have to assess ourselves on these extensions. But yeah, we would have won. Now it's going to get to why I held my Ethereum trade. So let's go back over here. So the reason why I held my Ethereum trade over here and it didn't sell it, because we didn't get another green bar. And I thought to myself, man, I really need to get that other green bar. But I'm also didn't assess that we were at a lower high. I didn't assess that. I'm thinking that maybe we should extend. Yeah. So just looking at some of these trades, I don't like this 7-day one. That feels inaccurate to me. But we do have these. Now look, what did good Maker? 17%. I'm not saying that I'm not saying put your principal in any of these highly volatile cryptos, but looking at them, Maker is building itself up right now. It's positive for 90 days, 30 days, and 7 days. It's just it's killing it. So Maker is something that I've been swinging a little bit. Like I swung this whole little gap here and it worked out. It wasn't comfortable swinging it a second time. I didn't feel comfortable here. I wanted to like retest the 9MA, but Maker is something that I'm going to be looking for another entry point on. And I feel like if I want to hit my 50 trades, or if I want to be able to build that 30K profit that I'm, building up right now, I'm going to have to get into other coins. I'm going to have to start assessing. I'm going to have to start diversifying my trades a little bit more so that I can get more profit, but not being risky and having a plan of strategy of how I get to the profit. I'm not going to start up with, I'm not going to be making $100 or $1,000 trades or $5,000 trades or $10,000 trades. I'm not going to be touching it like that. I'm just going to be being very careful and cautious of how I go into these other ones. But I'm also saying that this is now going to be my new strategy moving forward, is to add more smaller plays for maybe 5% trades. Trades where I feel comfortable doing 5 to 10% and not looking for the longer term plays. But to reel me back in, because Stan, I promise you, pushing for these smaller plays, I'm getting a little unwound. Looking at Ethereum in the grand scheme of it, we are waiting for our breakout, and that's not guaranteed until the price moves and we could assess ourselves for those entry levels. Just to confirm, Coinbase. My assets. 2000. So this is the principal that you saw me put in. So we all watched me put this 2K in, and I have that 2K principal out. And my profit from, I forget the coin. I made a really good play with $200. I got like 600 back. And then the rest of this is all profit from the trades that I made since I've been in here. So ignore this Ethereum 2, which is probably getting de-staked soon. Right here. So right here, this is what we were playing with inside of this account. And yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I'm waiting to put this 2K back in and make another principal trade that we could watch for a while. And I want to start taking profit on this Ethereum trade, which was up a little bit. Let me see what it was. Let me see if it shows me. So yeah, I could have pulled it out at 1580. Was that my balance? Yeah, it's barely anything. 1580 from 1569. That's nothing. Nah, I know why I didn't pull it out, because I really wasn't looking to skim it. I'd rather just extend it, and then, you know, if it goes up, that I have that extension push, which would have been more powerful. I just didn't feel like it was powerful enough. To being completely honest, this wasn't powerful enough for me. I feel like this would be a bigger push up, but I'm already in the trade. It doesn't matter if I, you know, doesn't matter. I'm not looking for absolute bottoms, and I'm not looking for tops. I'm looking for positive trades, period. And I'd rather get better at doing bigger positive trades at this point, so that I have more to bring to the table week after week after week. Like, I want to be able to bring in new, fresh, exciting ideas, and not just, yeah, well, that trade I did 30 days ago, still holding that bitch. Even though I want those in for my principal trades, like what we were holding over here, like this principal trade that netted me 500. Like, even though this is a great trade, I want to be able to get more trades in. I need to I need to get better at my practice, so that we're able to do that. And then I wanted to mention, I'm starting alerts. Right? And I haven't did it on this chart yet, and I'm being cautious of when I put my alerts in, because they're fucking annoying. But let me show you where my alerts are landing. So I went to the 5-minute chart. I already know. Stan laughs at people who goes into these crazy charts, but I'm looking to see if I could get positive trades in the 5-minute chart. I haven't felt confident enough to make one yet. And for the last week, I've been studying the fucking hell out of it, trying to get a positive trade out of it. And I've been noticing a few interesting things. One, it crosses all the time. Like, you're crossing the 200, you're crossing the 1,000. Let me see. Right. I'm going to get to the point where it won't show me anymore. Okay. So we crossed 1,000 here, and we're about to retest it, okay? So when I looked at this right here, this section right here, originally, I was looking at this, I was like, okay, you know, what if I catch one of these bottoms? That's a 4% trade at the 5-minute mark. So I can make this trade 4% in one day, which is super good, right? That would be amazing if I could get more consistent at a faster time frame. What's faster than the 5-minute, right? But that, I think that 5-minute, that was 1 day and 3 hours for that trade to, like, you know, conclude. But I would be happy with a 3% trade. Let's say that I just caught it over here. I'd be happy with a 3% trade. It won't be a lot of money, but if it's a dub and I could practice these dubs a little bit more, I could really just find out my rhythm in another time frame where I'm more comfortable at the 1 day. So I've been studying that, and I think that my studying is going to be under the 1,000. So now I have put all these other crosses down. I studied the 50 cross down. I studied the 200 cross down. I studied the 9. All these, I had to, like, also assess how many fucking alerts do I want during the day. I really just want to be alerted by really strict parameters to make me go to my computer and look at a chart and be like, there is a strong potential for a trade to be put in. So I'm not feeling like, you know, held into my computer, so that when I want to make a trade, I could see these 2%, 3% trades clearly. But
I can't. I can't see them. Dilla Gorilla left, but I can't see them. And I'm studying them, and I'm studying, and I'm just not seeing them. So I don't feel comfortable bringing this to the table. But this is what I'm working on in the background, and this is what I'm going to be working on from Monday to Monday. I'm going to be working on just trying to get these 5-minute trades in. And if I make a positive 5-minute trade, I'll let you know, and I'll tell you exactly the parameters I used to establish why I felt comfortable going in. But right now I don't, because I haven't made any trades. But if I do, I will definitely say, make a notation, 5-minute trade, and then try to see where that lands. So I think that's what it is. I feel like the most exciting thing was the 1% rule. So look, there's a whole bunch of videos on this, but the real skinny of it is don't risk more than 1% of your principal. And that will keep you trading longer. That will keep you a bag longer. And when you're building your strategies around that, it'll keep you growing your bag a lot more, especially when you're in like uptrends, because on uptrends, you're able to like hold it out a little longer. But there's so many little tidbits of information with that. And as I'm studying more here, I'm actually like writing down my curriculum. So I'm studying other people's courses. I'm reading books. I'm watching YouTube videos. I'm really, really, really just trying to go back to my basics and do a full audit of everything I've ever learned. And I'm going to start really condensing it down. And in the weekly sessions, you're going to be getting all the good golden nuggets from that week of me studying. And the way that I study, the way that I build things is very slow. Like, I'm not going to try to do this in one day to try to like, I want to make sure that whatever I put out is going to be valuable to whoever's, going to be using it. And it's concise, like where it makes sense to the layman user. When you're trying to come into trading and you don't know anything, I want to make it so that it's so crystal clear how to do your step 1 and your step 2 and step 3 that you're never going to be lost. And I feel like, doing these sessions here, I got there. I got my confidence to be like, you should do a curriculum. And this is something I always wanted to do, but I'm going to be doing it small. But you guys can be benefiting because I'm going to be dumping all that shit on you. Like whenever I get something new, I'll be like, here's another one. Here's another like tidbit of nugget of great information that I just found. I'm not too concerned about what platform you're trading on, but when you're trading on a different or whatever platform you're trading on, just make sure that you know your fee structure and you know your break-even point. Like that's something that you're gonna like. I want you to do is just make sure that you know your break-even point, so that you're not losing on a trade, whether it's a 4% trade or a 5% trade. But scaling out, getting away from this 5-minute chart, that's hilarious. Don't stay here too long. It's the devil. Looking at this the 1-day chart, we should be able to make some major moves on this. And I feel like I need to zoom in. It would be the fastest way to be able to get here. How do I get smaller? This is not working at all. Okay, we're kind of back. Never zoom in, never zoom out as much as I did on your chart. It takes forever to get back. So yeah, just to reiterate, this one's kind of like it's kind of sucks because nothing's really happening. We basically just retrace back to where we were at in January. And this is bear market. This is the bear market. The bear market will put you in positions to not, but you'll still be able to make money. There's a $50 trade here because I risked only 500, but I was able to practice my 9 MA strategy here, where I look for the bottom, the price pushing at the bottom of the 9 MA, and then as soon as it crosses, look for an exit point. And this is where I made my trade on that strategy. And I will continue making 9MA trades on that strategy, maybe 50 or 60 more. And then really, really learn the 9MA strategy and then start building around it and building into new things. I feel like it's just going to have to be this. You can't say it works once. Can't say it works once, but I could see it, if I look left, I could, pull it out. That's when I started to, so you could see your strategy in history, but to implement it live is where you really start to learn it. I could see that this 9MA strategy works, right? Right here, we got the extension down, and we have the extension up. Extension down, extension up. I could see the strategy working, but I'm not trading it. So now I'm going to start trading it. I'm going to see if I can make it profitable. Is it profitable doing the 9MA strategy? Am I saving or losing money? And I'm going to keep on doing this and keep on bringing more data to the table so we can start building our confidence. Cool. That will conclude it. I think I was going for like an hour and a half straight up, but if there's any questions, we go from there. I do know that we wanted to do a trading view tutorial, and I would love to focus 1 week, maybe next week, just on trading view, setting up a chart from scratch, just with no, a freebie account, setting up from scratch so we all could follow along and have that information. With that, I'm gonna end this session.